There's a reason why my husband keeps asking me to make this.
I swear I'm really not trying to make a cooking channel. This is supposed to be a daily vlog, but all of my stuff gets over that I can't film like I've gone out to the grocery store, and I don't record other people's faces. So I don't know what to do other than come home and cook. So I'm going to try and get you some better angles, do some picture-in-picture, because that's what I like, because I'm tired of seeing myself look the other direction while I edit the videos. And I decided that I won't post videos that I don't like. So let me know if you like this editing style better or the other editing style. In my previous video, I had done an unboxing of a tripod with a boom arm, and it turns out that the base was absolutely cracked and broken, which I couldn't see. So I ended up having to return it. So I'm back to my regular shooting angles, unfortunately. So if you guys have any suggestions for how to get my camera closer to the pan for taking shots or get front on view from a very narrow space,
250 grams of okra with 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Make sure that you rinse this at least twice. Check them for any cuts, cracks, holes, insect bites, anything that would let water inside. We want these to be completely dry, so spread them out evenly on a clean kitchen towel and turn your kitchen fan to high. We want to cut these to about 1/2 inch size so that they will cook evenly when we stick them into our boiling stew. You want to remove the tops and the ends first. And we're going to marinate this in your choice of acid. You can choose between white vinegar, apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, or lime juice. I'm using apple cider vinegar today. Toss it on there like a salad, give it a little massage, and put it in your fridge to chill.
So this is a Cajun-inspired okra and black-eyed pea stew, or as we call them here in India, bhindi and lobia. It has Indian flavors, but the cooking techniques are inspired by the French and African influences of the Creole and Cajun communities in the southern regions of the US and the Caribbean. I soaked and rinsed 1/2 cup of the white lobia. Got 2 cups of water and 1 teaspoon of salt, a little oil, because we don't want this to foam over, as you well know. We're going to pressure cook this under high heat for about 6 minutes. And if you guys have ever wondered where I get my cooking times from for cooking all of these lentils and vegetables, there's an absolutely fabulous website that has a timetable chart. I'll post it here. So you can see that it has a timetable for all the different legumes, soaked and unsoaked, as well as if you have an Instapot or just a regular manual pressure cooker for your stove. A lot of Indian cooking recipes refer to whistles, and that's a very inefficient way of measuring time, because depending on how hot or cold your water is and how much volume you have in your pressure cooker, it could take 1 minute between whistles. It could take 3.5 minutes between whistles. So you could have a variation, like I've seen a recipe that says 6 to 8 whistles. That can be as much as an 11-minute variation in time. And when you're pressure cooking, that makes a huge difference. You could have perfectly cooked something at 5 minutes, and then you could have absolute mush at 8 minutes. So I use that timetable all of the time. I do not rely on recipes that say whistle. I just go directly to this chart and then figure out which legume it is or vegetable that I'm cooking. It also has instructions for doing vessel and vessel cooking, all kinds of things. I love this website. You should absolutely check it out. I know a lot of people are really scared about cooking in the pressure cooker. Pressure cookers have changed a lot since like the 1960s and 70s. They are totally safe. They have so many more advanced features to prevent you from opening the pressure cooker while it's under pressure. I was absolutely terrified of this pressure cooker that my husband had bought when I moved to India. I had never seen this internal lid style. There is absolutely no way for me to open this pressure cooker while it is under pressure because it will only bump up against the top rim of the pot anyway. So get one like this, get one that has like the 3 locking valves, whatever it is that it takes to make you feel safe, but this is not going to explode unless you dry cook it until there's absolutely no moisture in there anymore, or you overload it. There's no way to make this pressure cooker explode. Like the fail-safe valve here, I've actually made it pop out. Had no idea that it had even happened. So you can definitely trust these newer pressure cookers. You know what they say, hot pan, cold oil. And in Cajun cooking, they have something called the Holy Trinity, which is their version of a mirepoix. It's usually celery, onions, and green bell pepper, but in India, we don't find celery that readily, so I've opted to skip that. I have garlic. No ginger in this one. I've reduced the heat here to medium low, and I'm going to make a roux, so I am dusting 2 tablespoons of flour over the top of my vegetables. We want this to turn into a sandy paste, and we will cook it until the flour becomes almost like peanut butter brown. The red onions have actually made this turn kind of a purple hue, so you may have a hard time seeing that this is brown, but you can see in the bottom, these bits are that peanut butter cup. It took about 8 minutes to get to this stage. Now, we're going to add our tomato puree. I need about 1 cup. So I blended 4 small tomatoes. This is going to become a paste. Once we see the oil separate out, we know it's done. This is about halfway cooked. All of the raw tomato smell has gone. The color is starting to turn a little bit more brown, but the tomatoes are not quite cooked yet. And at this point, if you're sticking to the bottom of the pan, reduce the heat a little bit. You can also add a little bit of water if you need to keep it from sticking. That is absolutely okay. It will not have any impact on how this cooks. Just don't add more than a tablespoon at a time. If you have tomato paste, you can totally add tomato paste and water to this if you don't have time to cook down your tomato puree. Our tomatoes are fully cooked. You can see how shiny and glossy this is. The oil is leaving the mixture. You can see it cooling on the bottom. This is what we want. So now it's time to add our spices. We don't want them to burn, so we're adding them at the very end of the roux process. It's time to add our black-eyed peas with the water. I'm going to incorporate the cooking water a little bit at a time. Otherwise, I'll have lumps. Now it's time to add our black peas. I want to put this on high heat and bring to the boil with the lid off. Now it's time to add our bhindi. Now by some magic of chemistry, when you mix this, all the sliminess goes away. I don't know how it works. I don't know if it's the vinegar. I don't know. You just give it a little stir. We put a lid on so this will steam through. We want our bhindi to be nice and soft. Our okra are nice and tender cooked. They're fully intact, and it's just a nice rich gravy consistency. You can see that the oil is separated out, so we know this is done. We're just going to add some fresh coriander leaves. And I'll squeeze some lime juice. Give it a little stir. Ready to go. I got really hot making that roux, so I had to have a bath. Generally, this is served with rice or a nice crusty French baguette, but I didn't have time to find a French baguette or make one myself for that matter, so I just picked up some garlic loaf. So let's dig in. Look at that. Let's have a taste. Mmm. That gravy is just nice and luscious and velvety. The okra is perfectly cooked. It's not mushy. It just has a little tiny bite to it. This is a substantial meal. Just gonna dip a little bread into that gravy. So nice and rich and caramelized. Oh yeah, I'm in heaven. You can make this as spicy as you want to or as tart as you want to. You can put as much vinegar or lime juice or even try maybe some tamarind in this if you're trying to make it more Indian. Go ahead and go wild. Find some Caribbean jerk seasoning and really turn the heat up a notch. There's a reason why my husband keeps asking me to make this.